Hey, what is up everybody? So not long ago we got the news that we would be getting a brand new take on the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers courtesy of Saban bringing it to the big screen along with Lionsgate. Well, today we officially have our first look at just what the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers will look like in their suits. So in this video I'm hoping to give you my honest thoughts on what I think about them, so hopefully you guys stick around and let me know your thoughts as always down below on what you think of these. Now where I want to start is comparing it to Rita Repulsa. I know this is a little bit of a strange way to take it, but just hear me out. So at first glance you can get a lot of similarities looking at these two, specifically around the edging when it comes to the actual suit design and how everything seems to have a riveted look. And instead of having very, curved edges, everything has a certain defined looking sharpness to it. It almost has this exotic look to it. Just thought I should note that out there, as many are speculating that Rita Repulsa having the gold on there is probably going to lead to actually us seeing Tommy fully on maybe at the end of this movie or in the next one. So it would make, a whole lot of sense if her suit kind of translates some of that and it's kind of everywhere else. And a comparison I typically like to use is the Avengers. When you look at them, they all have a uniform look because of the established universe. And I actually think they're going for that here, doing an aesthetic that carries through everything. Now, speaking about these suits themselves, I honestly think these look phenomenal. They are exactly almost what I was expecting they would look like. And there are a few reasons behind this, and I think there are a few reasons people might not like them. And I'm going to hope to talk about that here right now, and why I think these suits are actually really good and very representative of Power Rangers. Now, one thing I always say when I look at the suits of something that is being remade is it recognizable? When I look at it for the first time, can I identify it with the property they are bringing back? And clear as cut as day, when I look at this is Power Rangers. Yes, it's reminiscent of what came before, but it is modernized. Now, this is actually one issue I had with Rita Repulsa. Scrolling through Facebook, a bunch of my friends thought it was A, Jade from Mortal Kombat, or B, Viper from DC Comics, or even C, Enchantress from Marvel or DC. So it didn't exactly identify, which was the worry a lot of people had for the actual Ranger looks. Now, the other comparison I see a lot when it comes to these suits is, hey, look at them, they just look like Iron Man. And yeah, honestly, I could see it. There's definitely a take on what we would say is the Iron Man suit, but I would actually say this is the evolution of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie suit. And now I'm just going to put them side by side and quickly talk about them. When comparing the Red Ranger suit, for example, you can clearly tell the inspiration right here. The way it rivets around the shoulders, the ways they have defined edging, everything just seems to make sense. It is almost, as I said, an evolution of what we got in the movies, and if the movie was to be made today, this is pretty much what you could expect. Now, I think the obvious other big thing that people are wondering about is exactly what the hell is going on there in their chest. Why is that all glowing? Honestly, no idea, other than assuming that maybe that is what, like, as they're gonna sum it up or something, like the power within or something like that. Honestly, we really have no idea what that's about and why there isn't an actual, individualized logo of what their animal is. I am going to assume, and this is just me, that the spirit of the actual animal Zords is what is in there. So at certain points, maybe we will get a look inside of that, and it's going to be like a 3D, cloudy, energized look at the, actual Megazord inspiration. So like, the Triceratops and things like that will actually be in there. And another thing I want to focus on, and this one might be a little bit harder to see, but if you pay attention, notice at the top of every single helmet is a scale looking design. This to me indicates that it is in fact going to be the actual dinosaur, like, skin kind of grafted onto these, so it's going to have a more scaly looking armor, which in that sense would translate well to these suits for why they have these, more scale looking, more fantasized looking armors instead of spandex. So all in all, I've done a little bit of talking about this, and I guess it's time to give my final verdict, and I love it. I think this is exactly what the Power Rangers needed to look like. When you look at modern day cinema, you see that movie suits have evolved. We can't do spandex anymore. Like, imagine how crazy Yellow Jacket would have looked in Ant-Man if he had that spandex. It just never would have worked. Same with Ant-Man. You have to add an evolution to what has been established, and I think this is a perfect rendition of what a modern day Power Ranger would look like. Now, the only worry I have is, since these suits are so complicated looking, is that majority of the time they will of course be CG. So unless the CG is on par, they could look very fake, like they're jumping around, in a jumbled giant green screen mess, almost like the Star Wars prequels. I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but for now, they've won me over. I love these suits. I can't wait to see them in motion, and yeah, that's everything I gotta say. So you guys let me know your thoughts on them down below.